Pros Play. By Jigsaw Health, it's fun to feel good. By Championship Court, your professional pickleball network. By Foot Solutions, your feet are the foundation of your health. Let us take care of them for you. By Fila Pickleball. By The Dink, the new player in pickleball. And by Head Pickleball. Performance is a head game.
Yeah, really.
Back here in Atlanta as we are getting ready to start our final match of the day, the mixed doubles gold. Simone Jardim and Ben Johns against Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright. And should be quite a performance by four very dominant pickleball players and two fantastic pickleball tandems.
Looking at Ben Johns right there, as they pull his graphic up on the screen, you can see he's the hot commodity in pickleball. I wish they could be cloned so we'd have one Ben Johns up in the booth with us and one down there playing.
Yeah, that would be nice. And his partner, Simone Jardim, and Simone, we just saw her about an hour ago win the women's doubles alongside Lucy Kovalova, who she will now oppose here. And there's a look at Lucy, who has a gold, would love to get a second. 29 years old, you see her earnings to date.
Already 4 titles in 2021 with the PPA. She's no stranger to these big matches.
And her teammate, Matt Wright, is also her life teammate. They've been quite the tandem, Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. And Matt Wright would love to finish his tournament here with a gold.
Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova have come up short in a few of these PPA championships against Ben Johns and Simone Jardim, the world #1 mixed doubles team. They're looking to change that around here today.
All right, here we go from Atlanta, the mixed pro doubles gold. Simone Jardim and Ben Johns in the near court in the pink. Lucy Kovalova, Matt Wright in the far court. Johns hits it into Wright, who hits it out. So first point of the game will go to the #1 ranked team of Jardim and Johns.
1-0-2.
Oh, Kovalova is fortunate as she's unable to get that. She tried to get it, And it was just over her reach, and it goes out. So 0-1-1 is Kovalova, and Wright will get the serve for the first time in this match.
Second serve.
Kovalova unable to catch up to that Ben Johns offering.
0-1-2.
A little touch shot there from Ben Johns, and then he'll get the serve back.
Dave, it's interesting to see how Simone can flip the switch and go from being on the left and being in control of the women's doubles team to now she takes on a different role with Ben Johns. She stays on the right side the whole time and lets Ben, as he mentioned earlier, do whatever he wants on the court.
And that was exactly what Ben said when we asked him. He said, she lets me do what I want.
Second serve.
Yeah, and I've had conversation with Simone Jardim over the last year or two, and there were some questions as to why she wanted to team up with Ben other than the obvious. And it's because his game lends itself to being more of the dominant force, and he takes every ball he can get his hands on. And at 41 years old, Simone Jardim can't take 90 to 95% of the action all day long. She gladly encourages Ben Johns to come over and take every ball that he can.
And right into the net, so we'll go to 0-2-2. Been a fantastic day of action here in Atlanta. It's our 5th championship match, and the serve going to go back over 2-0-1 now is Ben Johns and Simone Jardim.
2-0-1.
That's immense power on that one-handed backhand from Johns.
Second serve.
Simone unable to catch up to that one. We started the day today with Catherine Parento winning gold in the women's singles, and then Ben Johns winning gold in the men's singles. And then we had Simone and Lucy win the women's gold in the women's doubles over Team Waters in a fantastic 5-set thriller. And then the match you just saw on championship court was Riley Newman and Tyson McGuffin winning the men's doubles. And now Jardim and Johns off to this 4-0 lead here to start this match.
You know, and Dave, I can't help but think if it would have made a difference or not energy-wise if Simone would have played in the women's singles finals along with mixed and women's doubles. And same for Ben if he had played in all three. I wonder if their energy levels would be as good as they are right now. I feel like getting that little break should help them.
Yeah, the format is interesting as Johns gets the winner there, but it would lend itself for some extremely long days for players that are fortunate enough to make it to gold all the way across. Matt Wright was ready for that. Ben Johns another crack at it, and that time Matt Wright unable to return.
You know, Matt, I've watched him a lot. He has really nice hands, soft touch. That ball was hit so hard from Ben Johns, he had to throw another lob up, and then Ben just hammered it home.
Second serve.
The misfire there by Johns.
4-0-2. Side out. 0-4-1. Second serve.
We'll go to the second serve. After that side out by Ben Johns, you do get a reserve if it hits the net and does land in, but if it does not land in, then it's a side out.
Well, and Dave, that's actually a new rule that's been implemented in 2021 with the USA Pickleball Association. But specifically, the PPA Tour has decided at the pro level that if it clips the net and goes into the opposite box, it is a let serve, and you'll get to redo it. Everybody else plays it live if it goes over into the right box.
Johns with the Ernie there, and how about the jump to cover that distance?
Side out.
That's impressive. Dave, can you do that right there?
I might be able to jump. I don't know if I could jump and hit the ball like that. I might need a little bit more wind-up, too, to lead up to be able to make that jump.
Matt on the attack there, but the resets from Simone, Jardim, and Ben Johns too good.
Johns jumps in and knocks it long.
He's being awful aggressive in these points, grabbing balls low below the net and trying to attack off of them. Some of them have been successful, some of them have sailed long, so we'll see if that continues.
Simone able to get up to the kitchen, and Ben hits another one long. I do like the fact that Ben's being aggressive, but has not paid dividends every time, as you said.
Yeah, he's a step behind right now on that, and part of that's because he's getting going right now. He sat for a little bit.
Point.
There's Matt Wright with a nice pickup after Ben Johns hit a backhand Ernie with a harsh angle, not able to recover.
2-4-1.
Simone takes that. Ben was winding up.
Just kind of snuck in there.
Yeah, you just gave Ben too many opportunities there.
I mean, it's hammer time right there. He just continued to pound that Durafast 40 down at the feet of Kovalova and Wright.
2-4-2.
Well, great reaction there, but Wright comes up with the winner.
Well, to be honest, Matt was over here getting a drink of water off the court, and all of a sudden he just jumped back on and took that forehand. Lucy Kovalova was ready to hit a backhand winner, but
3-4-2. Side out.
Matt's one of the most consistent players in our game, but I can't help but notice that on Ben's returns, he's slicing that return really well. It's staying low. Matt Wright not able to get that third to go over.
Unforced error there. Both these sides very businesslike early on in this match. Not a lot of emotion being shown by either side.
Side out.
There, Ben stepped over, took his forehand and rolled it because Lucy Kovalova was stacking with Matt Wright, and she had to go the furthest distance. That ball not getting over the net, though.
Point.
So the point there, as Kovalova and Wright, a little rally here, have tied it up.
Second serve.
Dave, both sides have had their share of unforced errors here early, but we find ourselves at a
4-4-2.
score knotted up at 4.
By the way, it is worth noting, we've talked about the fan vote coming into today. The fans are batting 1,000 right now. They are 4 for 4 in predicting the winners, and they overwhelmingly like Simone. I keep saying Simone for some reason today.
I think she would accept that.
Simone, Jardim, and Ben Johns are the decisive favorites according to the fans coming into this one.
Well, I don't know how you could argue against Ben and Simone, as they are the most dominant force in mixed doubles pro right now. Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova have had some really tight games with him in the past, but the last tournament or two, it's been a dominating performance as they've taken care of business, Simone and Ben.
Find themselves, though, in a little bit of a hole here.
Point.
And make it 7-4-2 in favor of Kovalova and Wright.
7-4-2.
That's incredible what Ben Johns just did to Matt Wright. Matt likes to crowd the middle just as Ben Johns does, but Ben's got this ornate ability to take that ball and flip it back
4,
across
7-1.
into the kitchen with some pace, catching Matt Wright off guard.
Matt tried to get the ATP, but there just wasn't the right angle for it.
And he was late to the party as well.
Defensive shot by Simone, able to stay in. And now, oh, what a shot there by Ben Johns.
Well, I think that was an amazing finish from Ben Johns, but Dave, I think the mistake happened when Matt Wright went back cross court to Ben, as he tried to catch Ben leaning too far to the middle and was not successful in beating him there.
Lucy trying for the ATP, but it actually hits the post. And that'll close it to a 1-point game. 6-7-1.
Yeah, good run there in the middle of the game
7-1.
for Wright and Kovalova, but now the #1 team in the world has closed that gap.
Simone went to the lob. That was well executed by Wright and Kovalova there.
That's a dangerous shot, lobbing Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright, because they have a lot of height on their side. But impressive by Matt Wright on that backhand finish.
And that'll tie it up, 7 apiece.
Yeah, that was great resetting by Kovalova and Wright, but ultimately if you leave that ball too high to Ben Johns, he's going to find a window to capitalize.
7-7-2.
Simone and Ben able to get up to the kitchen. Oh, Johns gets the roll.
Look at this firefight going on right now.
Oh, and then finally won by Kovalova and Wright.
Well, Ben Johns had a beat on that last shot, but it got a little deeper into his body than he hoped, and Matt Wright able to finish it off. Big point there for Wright and Kovalova.
And the unforced error, that'll make it 7-7-2.
Yeah, I mean, Jardim and Kovalova just going at it with those dinks, staying steady. Jardim, one of the best in the business at being disciplined and not giving up any ground there on her dinks.
7-7-2.
Wright goes for the ATP. Simone saying it was out.
Simone and Ben both using their index finger and their thumb to indicate it was just barely out. Matt Wright really trying to sell that around the post hard.
So side out. The call stands, says it was out. 7-7-1. And
Point.
Kovalova unable to execute the ATP.
Not that I'm keeping specific stats here, but I believe that's the 4th around the post for Wright and Kovalova that has not been successful.
We did have Scott and the women's pro doubles. We did have line judges. It's the only match in which we've had them. And you did seek an explanation between matches. What did you find out?
So we talked to the head of the
Point.
referees for PPA, Don Stanley, and he informed us that when they had the refs available, it just happened to be during the women's pro finals. So they brought out line judges, which there was 9 of them. And then right after that, the amateur brackets kicked off, and so they had to use those referees to go do those outer matches.
There you go.
Had nothing to do at all with the women not being able to make their own calls or anything like that. I know there was some speculation probably with that, but just a numbers game.
Meantime, game point here in game 1. Jardim goes around the post, and that'll do it for game 1.
11-7.
Jardim and Johns come back and take it 11-7. So they have the early 1-game-to-none lead in this best 3 of 5 for gold.
No better way to finish the point than in around the post, right into the body of Matt Wright, as we see Simone hit that forehand hard.
We'll take a timeout. Game number 2 coming up after this. Back in Atlanta, the crowd has enjoyed what they've seen here today on Championship Court. Been a fantastic tournament, been a fantastic day.
0-0-2.
Jardim and Johns taking game 1, 11-7. And they strike first here in game 2.
Thank you. Point. Correction. Side out. 0-0-1.
Excuse me, 0-0-1. Because that was the side out. After the started with the serve with Kovalova and Wright. The official had it wrong too.
Not the first time we've seen that.
Oh, Simone.
Point.
Beautiful execution of the backhand there.
1-0-1.
Make it 2-0.
If you're watching what I'm watching, when Ben Johns hits that paddle, it has a different speed to it. It has a different sound.
2-0-1. Second serve.
That's why he's number 1 in the world.
Yeah, he just strikes the ball so clean, with so much power.
Point.
And a 3-0 advantage.
Game 2, Dave, starting exactly the way Game 3 did.
3-0-2.
And that is just out. So the side out, Kovalova and Wright needing to make some kind of a run here.
Second serve.
Yeah,
that was deep.
Kovalova bouncing around. She was excited to get that serve going and must have
0-3-2.
a little too hard there.
Well, Matt Wright taking advantage of Simone getting carried out of the court by her momentum.
Yeah, what a fantastic shot by Kovalova in the first place. She rolled that third shot really nicely cross court.
Oh, that was beautiful by Ben to save that. And then right into the net. He'd love to have that one back.
Oh my goodness. He let out a little frustration there, as he doesn't normally miss that shot.
And he knows he missed an opening there.
Point.
And make it 4-1.
Well, look at Simone coming in on that. Ben's third shot was really well placed, and Simone coming in attacking off of it. That actually clipped Matt Wright. I don't know if he meant to get out of the way or if he meant to try to hit it, but either way, it didn't happen.
So fortuitous for
5-1-1.
Jardim and Johns. Now 5-1-1.
Point.
6-1-1, and that was a missed opportunity as his Johns and Jardim were a little bit out of sync there. But John's able to cover so much ground. And what a great backhand.
Look at this. Little gamesmanship right there by both sides.
And that'll get it to 7-1, and Kovalova and Wright are going to use a timeout. We'll take a hydration break as well. 7-1 here in game 2 in favor of the world's #1 ranked team.
Jardim.
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 Simone Jardim.
Simone Jardim.
Simone Jardim. Esses gringos não sabem falar teu nome, não?
Ah, tu não tem noção das coisas que eu escuto. Jardim, Jardim.
Jardim. I knew I heard it. I got it. Simone Jardim. I don't know how she doesn't know how to say her name.
Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright needing to find some magic here as they are in a big hole, down 1-9 and trailing game 2 7-1. And Jardim and Johns still controlling the serve.
Time in. 7-1-1.
Unforced error there by Ben Johns, so the timeout at least breaks the serve for Johns. Now
7-1-2.
Jardim will take over. Ben went for the winner and ended up out of position as a result.
That's right. Half the battle in pickleball is being ready and anticipating, and Matt Wright doing a great job of anticipating that poach there from Ben Johns.
And Ben Johns, that was too easy.
I mean, that ball screamed past Wright and Kovalova down the middle. A little smile in exchange between both sides there.
1-7-2.
She probably said, "Is that all you've got, Ben Johns?"
Side out.
From my vantage point, that looked like it was going to go wide, but the look on Matt Wright's face showed it was going to be in, and it did land in.
7-1-1.
7-1-1. Oh, Johns puts it into the net.
Ben Johns is so hard on himself. I believe he feels like he should never make a mistake, and he is human. Every once in a while, he does mess it up.
And so does Simone. Simone hits that one into the net. So a missed opportunity by Jardim and Johns to really put a stranglehold on Kovalova and Wright, who are still hanging on here in game 2.
There's the attempted Ernie from Simone.
Simone was setting up for it. Nice job letting it go.
Well, and that ball looks attackable, and really is an attackable ball for Matt Wright, but he just lifted that thing too much, up and out.
1-7-2, and that'll go out. So 7-1-1.
So when you're the team that's down like this, Dave, down 6, down a game, you start to push a little more than you probably should. The patience kind of goes out the window.
Tell you what, though, Ben and Simone are letting them stay in this thing. There's a few unforced errors now.
Yeah, they've stalled at 7 for a little bit here. We'll see if they can get it going on this second serve. It's incredible right there, that defense.
There you go, another unforced error. Ben trying to make something happen. Instead, it'll go back to 1-7-1.
1-7-1.
lot of work there just to get a side out.
Second serve.
And just like that, you go to the second serve.
1-7-2.
Get the feeling if it goes back to Simone and Penn at 7-1, they're not going to go 4 straight serves without coming up with a point this time.
Great reset there from Matt Wright, and then Lucy Kovalova takes one out of the air, puts it into the top of the net cord. Once again giving Simone and Ben an opportunity to expand this lead.
And there it is. Ben does expand the lead. 8-7 now.
Well, we saw that backhand flip or roll from Ben Johns in singles in the first game that he had out here today. He's still using it.
Second serve.
Ben staying aggressive on those attacks. He's trying to grab everything he can.
He has. He's been effective and ineffective all at once.
Been really getting active here.
There he goes. Makes it 9-1 on the backhand Ernie.
Point.
You might wonder, how does Ben Johns know that he can go for that backhand Ernie? He's just done this so many times.
And the serve by Simone is deep. 1-9-1 Kovalova and Wright. They got to make a move now. And instead, it's going to go to 1-9-2. It's a critical part of the match.
1-9-2.
And they'll get the serve back. 2 points away from taking a 2-love lead.
And in the men's pro finals, we saw Pat Smith and Jay DeVilliers go down 2-0 and weren't able to recover, being beat 11-0 in the third. I wonder if this is going to be a daunting task in the minds of Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova if they end up losing game 2 here.
9-1-2.
The door is still ajar. And make it 10-1, so game point here.
10-1-2.
All right, they hold. They'll get the serve back. 1-10-1.
One 10-1.
One 10-2.
Second serve.
Wright and Kovalova, when they're on defense, have been able to make it difficult for Ben and Simone to get more than 1 or 2 points at a time, but they're having a hard time putting points on the board here in game 2.
And now the serve will go back over to Jardim and Johns, a chance to close out this game.
The body language right now for Wright and Kovalova needs to change, and change quickly, as we've got game point, as you said, Ben, and Simone looking to close it out.
Second serve.
Well, it'll have to go to the second serve now.
10-1-2.
Wright trying to put that away, and finally does. So 1-10-1 now, staying alive are Kovalova and Wright.
1-10-1. Second serve.
And they're still stuck on 1.
1-10-2.
That's long, so again, a chance to close it out. at 10-1.
Matt Wright starting the game with a watch on his left wrist. Just now, he unsnaps it and sticks it in his left pocket. I'm not sure the meaning behind that.
Well, watch or no watch, the 11th point of game number 2 goes to Jardim and Johns, and they have a commanding 2-0 lead.
Yeah, nasty 1-2 punch as we watch this replay. Watch how Ben Johns sets this up to Kovalova and puts it away in the middle for a forehand winner.
So the #1 team in the world, they've got 3 games to win 1 to win gold. Game number 3 coming up after this break. Back in Atlanta, the Atlanta Open presented by Acrotech. Dave Benz, Scott Golden, Hannah Johns along with you. Jardim and Johns were very impressive in that second game. Looking to finish this thing off in straight sets, and that one will not get returned. So it'll be side out, and Kovalova and Wright down 2-0. Trying to draw first blood here in this third game.
0-0-1.
And they do indeed. So a 1-0 lead.
That was a very spirited third shot drive there from Lucy Kovalova, as they need to change things around here in game 3 and quickly.
Second serve.
We'll go to 1-0-2 after Wright hits it into the net.
Yeah, he's looking to insert himself. That was a nice
1-0-2.
poach opportunity. He just came up a little out of sync there on that.
And now the serve will go back over to Jardim and Johns.
0-1-1.
Simone didn't play in the singles gold medal match today because she withdrew earlier this week from singles retired in the middle of her match actually earlier this week. And you were calling that match.
I was. No explanation. She just, in the second game, decided she didn't feel well or wasn't going to continue. And Catherine Parenteau pushed on and ended up taking gold this morning against Leah Jansen.
1-1-2. Side out.
Johns into the net.
One.
And that's wide by Johns. So a 2-1 early lead here. Kovalova and Wright.
2-1-1.
And that was long.
I rarely see Matt Wright miss a serve. I've watched him hundreds of times. That's extremely rare for him to miss a serve there.
Side out.
So we'll have the side out here, and Jardim and Johns.
Wright and Kovalova out of Wichita, Kansas. I have to wonder, does the Atlanta Heat play a role in these tournaments?
Second serve.
Simone on the misfire.
1-2-2.
Been a lot of unforced errors here. And Wright with the winner.
You know, the first ball was a setup from Lucy Kovalova. It came up off the Prince paddle of Jardim a little too high, and Matt Wright there to clean it up.
1-1.
Ben Johns just all over the court.
He's an amazing athlete and so disciplined.
And he gets Matt Wright going away. Is it going to be a difficult shot for Wright to execute?
2-1-2.
That shot is long. So 3-1-2. Kovalova and Wright have not had the lead here much in this match. Not since the first game.
Well, and in prior tournaments where Wright and Kovalova have had any type of lead, it does seem to disappear quickly when playing Jardim and Johns. Perhaps they can keep this momentum going.
That's long, though.
Side out.
So the side out, we'll get it back to Jardim and Johns. Simone, Jardim, 1 gold here today. Ben Johns, 1 gold here today. Kovalova, 1 gold here today.
It's a great lob there out of the air from Kovalova.
And that's long by Matt Wright.
Point.
Not what you want to see there if you're Wright and Kovalova, as they had their opponents back at the baseline.
That's going to be long, so it'll make it 3-4. 3-4-1, and you just said it. The Wright and Kovalova, when they've had leads, they evaporate, and this one's down to a single point now.
And in part, it's the shots that Ben Johns
like that
hits,
like that,
put his opponents in extremely difficult situations. That's an example of a misdirect right there from Ben Johns. He used his body to influence Matt Wright going more middle. Yeah.
And that's our championship court shot of the game.
Not many times do you get Matt Wright wrong-footed like Ben Johns just did to him.
And now Wright into the net, and it's a 5-4 lead for Simone, Jardim, and Ben Johns.
Matt Wright favoring his right ankle. Might have tweaked it on that last play.
And it comes up with the backhand there, though.
Second serve.
So that'll move it to 5-4-2. And then you see him kind of fiddling with it there.
I think when he was trying to get back to that nasty misdirect from Johns, he tweaked it just a tad.
And that's going to be long.
Lucy with a fist bump to the crowd. I think that was for her right there. She really unloaded that forehand on Johns
4-5-1
for her own benefit.
And that's long. So we're tied at 5. 5-5-1.
Yeah, 2 great drives on the third shot.
5-5-1.
Simone, I mean, 2 Simone and Ben from Wright and Kovalova.
Serve.
That was perhaps a heat check for Matt Wright as he dumps that one into the net.
5-5-2.
And serve will go back over to Jardim and Johns.
One of the things that I noticed Ben Johns does as good or better than anyone in this sport is when he's attacked. He has such soft touch when he resets back into that non-volley zone. It's incredible to watch it.
And the crowd liking that effort. Although Matt Wright, yeah, he's definitely favoring that ankle.
100% he's favoring that ankle right now. And it happened on that misdirect shot. I saw it.
And that's wide. So Jardim and Johns go back in front here. 6-5-2 with a 2-0 lead.
And you might be wondering why Lucy Kovalova is trying to pull that ball so far to the right. It's because if she goes more middle, Ben Johns is going to poach that ball and attack it. So she's trying to keep it over to the forehand of Jardim. Matt walking back to the baseline very gingerly on that right ankle still.
5-6-1.
We'll keep an eye on that injury.
Oh, beautiful shot there by Ben Johns.
Second serve.
So Ben is obviously on the court. He's seeing the exact same thing we are. He took that ball, instead of firing back to the baseline, he took it and cut it in half, forcing Matt Wright to attack coming up to come get that ball. And
5-6-2.
This was that shot earlier that was our championship court shot of the game. Ben Johns trying to put that lob down in the corner, but he misfires.
6-6-2.
oh, nice lob there. Ben
John's able to track it down, though.
I thought he was going for the tweener there, but definitely wanted to be more conservative.
And now Kovalova and Wright go back in front, 7-6.
Point.
A nice attack there from Kovalova, right into the left side of the body. As you watch this replay. Kovalova handcuffing Jardim there as she tried to get out of the way.
Johns was just kind of fishing for that with Kovalova that entire time.
Matt seeing an opportunity in a window to come up. Kovalova getting caught. And Ben Johns taking advantage of that.
And that'll tie it at 7.
This is a pivotal moment in game 3, Dave, as Jardim and Johns have control with the ball. Tied 7-7.
Second serve.
And now it's going to go to 7-7-2.
Seven, 7-2.
The lob by Kovalova, returned beautifully by Johns, and now 8-7. 3 points away from a championship, but still just a 1-point game.
8-7-2.
Wright and Kovalova playing much better in game 3 than they did in game 2. Ben anticipated Lucy going down the line to the backhand of Johns. Goes middle, and Simone Jardim was caught flat-footed there.
7-8-2.
Second serve.
The crowd excited to see Kovalova attacking that one.
That one does just land in, as Simone unable to catch it.
Clean winner.
Yep.
8-8-2.
8-8-2. This third game, very tight. Oh, again, Ben putting that spin on that drop shot.
We're going to see that over and over and over, and Matt Wright's got to figure out a way to keep Ben Johns from doing that. One way they can do that is keep that ball unattackable into the non-volley zone. If it stays up, he's going to drop that ball right into the kitchen.
Matt trying to end that sequence, instead hits the net, and it's 9-8.
That's unfortunate too, because Matt Wright got the ball he wanted, and he normally does not miss that shot right there.
8-1.
Little misfire there by Ben Johns. That'll take it to 9-8-2.
That was about to be the second championship court shot of the game if he gets that to go over, because Matt Wright was not going to be home.
All right, serve going back over to Kovalova and Wright. 8-9-1.
Side out.
They're definitely not going down without a fight here in game 3.
8-9-1.
Even though Wright didn't get that first put away ball, he set the next one up for Lucy to be able to attack Simone's feet. I don't think Matt Wright has any business right now trying to poach any of those balls across the middle because he's not 100% on his movement at the moment.
9-2.
Simone and Lucy going back and forth. Ben gets in there. And then the unforced error. That'll put Kovalova and Wright in the lead. And a chance to win this game.
Game point on the paddle of Wright and Kovalova. Let's see if they can get it done.
Server. 10-9-2.
Kind of surprised, no timeout being taken.
That's how confident Johns and Jardim are. It's great defense there. And now the reset.
And that's long. So missed opportunity as Jardim and Johns will get the serve back.
9-10-1.
Another lob, beautiful from Kovalova there. And yet again, another body shot right there from Lucy Kovalova as Matt Wright looks to pump the crowd up here.
Second serve. 9-10-2.
And into the net, so 10-10, and we go to extra pickleball.
I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think at 9-10-2, I wouldn't even let Ben Johns touch a ball unless he came over and got it. He just makes plays happen.
Nice dig there by Ben.
Ben looking to insert himself in the middle there.
Oh, Matt Wright.
He wasn't going to let that foot injury affect his play there.
10-10-1.
Some big points coming down the pipeline here, Dave.
Got to win by 2. And they break the serve there. So we'll go to 10-10-2.
Well, you can't leave that third shot high in the middle or he's going to make you pay for it.
And now the serve going back over to Jardim and Johns. 2 points away from a championship. Now the misfire. Keeping the door open.
10-10-2.
Oh, unforced. And that'll bring us to championship point.
Kovalova gritting her teeth right there as she knows she gave a window of opportunity to the world #1 mixed doubles team, Jardim and Johns.
And there it is.
Point, game,
11-7, 11-1, 12-10. Straight sets. Jardim and Johns take the mixed pro doubles gold. Let's take a look at championship point.
It's not the most dramatic way for an ending to a gold medal match, but Ben Johns and Simone Jardim will take that all day.
And they staved off having to go to a fourth game. They were down 9-10. We'll hear from the winners after this quick timeout. Back here in Atlanta, the world's #1 team does not disappoint. Let's get it down to Hannah Johns, who's standing by with the winning tandem of Ben Johns and Simone Jardim.
And we're back with our champions, Ben Johns, Simone Jardim. Once again, you take the title, having the fans asking us courtside, do you ever lose?
We have before, yeah. Luckily, this girl is very consistent and she never gets down what you want in a partner. So we've come back every time we've lost to eventually get the gold. So I guess we haven't lost a tournament yet. That'll be the day, but it'll probably be my fault when it does happen.
Can you talk a bit about the partnership between you and Ben?
I know my place. I know that if I don't want to get stepped on, I got to make sure that these feet are quick. No, but in all honesty, like, because I know people at home are asking and they always like, oh, Ben takes so much court. I want him to. The pressure that, just so people understand the tactics of it, the pressure that he puts on the opponent is ginormous. So if he takes a bunch of balls, yeah, probably I can make the shot the same way, but it's not, that's not the point. The point is that by him being everywhere, he's putting pressure that they have no place to put the ball. If they want to put the ball, like if they want to find me, they're going to have to find that corner right there. And then it's out.
And how important is it in terms of points and rankings that you took both 2 golds apiece at a major?
I haven't really looked at the points, to be honest, but I guess that's great. I like the 1 seed position.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Big congratulations to you both. That's all from us.
Come on, I was waiting for you to ask Ben about his outfit choice today.
Well, we're running out of time, actually, on our broadcast. I will save it for next time. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Dave, back to you.
Thank you very much, Hannah. What a day it was. 5 championships here on Championship Court. For Hannah Johns and Scott Golden and Grant Garcia and Ray Kolikovo and everybody behind the scenes associated with Championship Court, I'm Dave Benz saying so long. Thanks for watching the Atlanta Open here from Atlanta, Georgia.